Lucky Girl Syndrome. It is a manifesting tool that has gone viral on TikTok. And as somebody who is a self-proclaimed semi-master of manifesting, I've had some incredible things happen in my life due to manifesting. I do have a few videos on it. As a self-proclaimed semi-master manifester, there are some gaps, and I'm going to share that with you. I'm going to share with you what it is, how you do it, and then these other perspectives people should be aware of. They really want to be a lucky girl. What is Lucky Girl Syndrome? Lucky Girl Syndrome is a manifesting tool where I'm sure there's different approaches, but in short, you say an affirmation or say affirmations through the day, taking on the persona that you're a lucky girl and great things happen to you. How I like to do this is say one of my favorite mantras, which is the universe conspires in my favor. And then I tack onto it, the luckiest girl in the world. So I've been doing that this week. I put a Post-it note on my mirror, my bathroom mirror, because I will forget for sure. You got to have systems in place to help you do this. I make eye contact with myself in the mirror because actually it's much more powerful to do that, to say affirmations while you look yourself in the mirror, or at least that's what the late Louise Hayes says. So do that. Great. Gets you in the right mindset. And I think in general, when you try and take on a persona, even try, you end up finding yourself unconsciously doing things that line up with that persona. So even though we could call it lucky girl syndrome, or that you're trying to be a lucky girl, that's what you're aiming at, you may do things that increase your luck on a subconscious level. So even when I decided to do this lucky girl syndrome, I kind of got excited about it. I ended up putting extra effort into my week and preparing my week. I felt excited about the possibility that I could be lucky. That in itself raises your vibration, for lack of a better word. It just makes you feel better. Think about it. If you think you're a lucky person and that you're more likely to win the lottery than others, don't you think that puts some pep in your step? So even if nothing all that great happens to you, it does feel better if you identify as a lucky person. But here's where we get to what the gap is. So I started the week doing this lucky girl syndrome. Sure, nice things happened, but I became quickly aware of what my syndrome default is. You know what that default is? Irritated girl syndrome. That's right, I am easily irritated. Somebody reaches out to me with a question that they should know the answer to. Somebody talks really slowly. You can see I don't like people wasting my time, which is why I'm a fan of rundowns. But it made me realize I can make the affirmations of lucky girl all I want. But if I'm living in the mindset of being irritated, it doesn't line up. So what is your default syndrome? You quickly will become aware of that if you just tune in. And then second to that, after you identify what your default syndrome is, you've got to be honest with what your responsibility is in contributing to that syndrome. So for me, I'm irritated. But are these things all that bad? If I focus on things I'm grateful for, I'm less likely to be irritated. How lucky I am to work remote in this great office. Do you see what I mean? You see how I have this default? You may be finding yourself manifesting things that you don't want, and it just goes to show you're a great manifestor. You just got to fine-tune your direction. As you can tell, I need to fine-tune my direction. But I have all these great things. If I can be grateful for it, that really does help me reset. But I'm a constant work in progress. I should say, taking on this lucky girl mindset has made me aware of things I need to work on. Certainly, beautiful things happened this week. I don't know for sure that it was lucky girl syndrome or not, but it does feel great to take that on. So I'm going to continue doing it. I think having a Post-it on my bathroom mirror is a great system for me to remind me about it, and even more for me to take ownership of why I'm irritated, identify what I can do to lessen that irritability and just make life more enjoyable is really what this drives at, and really what makes me even more excited to make this tactic even better. Identify your default syndrome, take responsibility, make some changes so that you can reduce that default syndrome if you don't want it, and then tack on the lucky girl syndrome. I think that is a much better formula. So with that, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you next time, you lucky, lucky girl.